When do you use generative AI in your studies?
Personally, generative AI already helps me summarize my courses, illustrate unclear notions in class, helps me find hooks for my written productions.
In scientific subjects, AI can explain things step by step.
Help facilitate coding and creating applications and programs.
In a class of 40 people, I can't slow everyone down to ask a stupid question about an element at the beginning of a chapter that I didn't understand. However, I can ask this question to an AI.
Generative AI could offer me personalized corrected exercises at my level and on the subject of revisions.
Generative AI helps us learn more efficiently by allowing us to access more concise and contextual information. Example, I have a Python code with some libraries and functions I don't know. Rather than searching forums, I copy and paste this part and ask the AI to explain what these libraries and functions are used for and give me use cases. This way, I learn more easily.
Generative AI can generate leads if you're struggling to find an idea to solve an exercise.
For me, it can take the form of a professor available at all times to whom you can ask all sorts of questions to help you go further in your thinking and work.
Courses and creating flashcards to revise, or summarizing topics to get key points.
I use it to correct my exercises once they're done.
Accessing vast amounts of scientific data in a more accessible way than most other methods.
With it, I can easily create personalized revision plans.
Listening to these students, it seems that generative AI is being used more and more every day, and for an increasingly wide range of reasons. Yet, we can notice some common themes which emerge from the examples given.
Students are turning to generative AI to help them gain a deeper understanding of topics. For example, to get personalized information and explanations on how to code, or prompt engineering conversations with generative AI to gain mastery on a complex scientific subject. It seems that students are integrating generative AI into their study methods toolkit by making initial revision cards, practice exercises, summaries, and self-study tools. It also appears that generative AI is becoming the go-to way of sourcing information on the internet. Speed seems to be the main reason for this, but students also like how generative AI structures, synthesizes, and even categorizes data. Students also appreciate how generative AI writes up the information just like that. Students also express how they use generative AI to help them with their tasks like writing essays and reports, creating presentations, and generating graphics.
Clearly, the students are using AI in many ways. We all know that there are limitations and potential dangers to this technology. So, I'm going to ask you to put on your critical thinking caps and answer the questions: what lessons have you learnt from your use of generative AI so far?
I essentially use generative AI to complete tasks I already master more quickly. This gives me a significant time saving, which then allows me to focus on important tasks of increased difficulty.
It's not always easy to write a good prompt. You can struggle to achieve the result you want.
It really doesn't work well for scientific reasoning.
AI doesn't know you that well. It can propose responses that aren't coherent with what you've already learned. For example, using functions or libraries not seen in class in a programming exercise.
There are things I prefer to do myself rather than ask AI.
AI sometimes writes nonsense. You have to verify the answers, especially for factual information.
You have to learn to use it without becoming dependent on it.
Generative AI is here to stay, but it must be used with caution and responsibility in the context of you obtaining real value from your higher education experience. We would like to share with you some key reflections to help cultivate an ethical, mindful, and constructive use. Speaking as educators, the starting point is responsibility. Responsibility not only towards yourselves, but responsibility towards others. If you have been asked not to use generative AI, then do not. Why? Generative AI can easily give you the illusion that you have mastered a subject, just like that. But it cannot magically equip you with the core competencies, knowledge, and deep understanding of your subjects that you will need in your professional lives. That is what years and years and years of working towards a higher education can and does bring.
We recognize that generative AI can sometimes be a useful teaching and revision tool, but we know that it can in no way replace a demanding FRA course with clear and measurable learning objectives and up-to-date and engaging program and materials taught by qualified, experienced, and passionate educators and experts. In addition, generative AI cannot replace hard work. In life, you need to know how to work hard and fail to build up resilience, an essential quality for a successful and fulfilling career. There may be times, however, where the use of generative AI might be sometimes permitted by your FRA teachers in specific, limited situations and circumstances. And in this case, how can you exploit and harness its potential thoughtfully and responsibly? Firstly, you can ask yourself, do I really need to use this tool right now, or can I just engage my brain and do it myself to build my self-confidence? Also, is the environmental cost really worth it in this instance? Secondly, if you did decide to use generative AI, it is essential to systematically question the validity of the results you obtained. For example, as you know, generative AI operates with biases and stereotypes, and it does not even generate perfect answers, translations, or up-to-date code. To put it simply, generative AI is not a source of absolute truth. This means that each output that you get must be checked, double-checked, cross-referenced, and analyzed with a critical eye.
In this current AI age, think of your critical mindset as one of your strongest assets, which you need to develop constantly. This can be done by adopting some simple strategies. Strategy number 1, never be satisfied with one answer. Ask for multiple variants. Dig deeper, reword. Engineer your prompts to circumvent built-in ethical code and cognitive bias. Look for gaps, contradictions. Do not let generative AI control your thinking or steal your autonomy. Always keep in mind, AI is just a tool and you need to be the master. Strategy number 2, question constantly. Question, is this based on fact or fiction? Can you trace all the sources? If you cannot guarantee truth, validity, or ethical content, then this is your problem and you need to address it. Remember, if you do use generative AI in an authorized teaching context, ensure you indicate where and how you used it. Our final words for you are use AI as a tool for reflection and revision, not as a substitute for your learning or your thinking. Do not let generative AI steal your independence of thought or stop you seizing the opportunity of gaining core competencies, knowledge, and understanding. Your creative and your critical mind and your capacity for reflection are irreplaceable human qualities which will equip you with the intellectual foundations necessary for an ever-complexifying world.
We all question the future of jobs and professions in the age of AI, but one career will surely remain, that one of the AI developer. What an amazing opportunity for you as FRA student. You are in the perfect place at the perfect time. So be curious and strive to understand how this technology works. Learn to think like an AI to surpass it, because by mastering it, you will know how to use it effectively. Most importantly, only by mastering it will you be able to make it evolve for your needs and harness its possibilities and potential in your future careers. We all question the future of jobs and professions in the age of AI, but one career will surely remain, that of the AI developer. What an amazing opportunity for you as an FRA student. You are in the perfect place at the perfect time. So be curious and strive to understand how this technology works. Learn to think like an AI to surpass it, because by mastering it, you will know how to use it effectively. Most importantly, only by mastering it will you be able to make it evolve for your own needs and harness its possibilities and potential in your future careers.